1, 2, 3, 4.
What is it?
Saturday.
I'll show you the stuff I have here in a second. All right. Are we good? You good?
I'm good.
Are you good? I'm good. All right.
Good.
And we are live.
Doing it live.
Thank you.
We're doing it live.
T-minus like 12 hours for the Super Bowl, maybe. I don't know. I don't keep track of it. I don't even know what time they start at. But T-minus around 12 hours for the Super Bowl. Today's February 8th. I'll probably post this when this comes out. It may come out February 9th or 10th. Probably Monday, maybe. Just because it gives me a day or two. And then with the Super Bowl tomorrow, I may watch 10 minutes. I might be accused of being un-American for not watching more Super Bowl, but it's just not my thing, and it's okay. We're all different.
You watch baseball?
No,
Me either.
no. I started playing rugby in college.
Yeah.
That's been my thing. I like watching MMA. Dude, I love a good
It's a
MMA.
good card tonight.
Oh, is there a card tonight?
Sean Strickland versus Duplessis.
Oh,
It's gonna
dude,
be good.
I'm down with a good MMA.
I'll be watching it if you wanna watch it.
Okay, I might take you up on that. I might take you up on that.
Come by to the new pad up in Sonoma Ranch.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us, folks. So I don't know if anybody remembers. I'm sure we have maybe at least one or two people that continue to follow us weekly when we post these. Jeanette got me this book for Christmas. It's like a day-by-day history thing. So what happened on this day in history? So this day in history, February 8th, Salem searches for witches. Dun, dun, dun. 100 people were imprisoned, and by the end of the panic, 19 people had been executed. Started today, February 8th, 1692, the Salem witch trial. They start searching for witches. That's, okay, Mary-William College is founded.
At least they didn't get deported.
That's a horrible thing to say. That's horrible.
Let's see if you can swim, witch.
I know, right? Well, maybe we should have let them go. Send them back home. I don't know. Okay. 1862, Union forces capture Roanoke Island during the Civil War. Okay, 1908, the military aircraft is born. Okay, Orville and William Wright signed a contract with the United States Army to build the Model A flying machine for $25,000. All right. Okay. 1922, the White House gets a radio on today. Is there anything else good? The Stasi was found. Oh, 1950, on this day, the Stasi was found.
What's that?
The notorious East German secret police force would gain a reputation of one of the most repressive and ruthless state intelligence agencies in history. It built an extensive network of information, spied on and imprisoned countless East German citizens, and remained in power until the breakup of the Soviet bloc in 1990.
What year were they established?
1950. So that's after like the Berlin Wall put up and Germany was split in two. So this was like the East Germany secret police that worked with the Soviet Union. It's called the Stasi. That's weird. You don't think about it, but they existed all the way till 1990 till the Soviet Union ended.
40 years?
Could you imagine? And maybe this is like something about being American. Where can I put this? I'll just put it right here, I guess. I'm running out of room on this big table, but it's maybe it's something about being American, where we don't have to worry about a secret police. I mean, the media does everything anyways. I mean, here we are putting stuff on YouTube and podcasts. You don't need a secret police; just go online.
There's a secret police.
Who are they? NSA, FBI.
No, those are the ones that we know about.
Oh, you think there's somebody else that internally is like secretly watching Americans?
Maybe policing the police.
But that would be like an internal affair thing for the population though. Like somebody would knock on your door, like Men in Black kind of thing, where they would knock on your door and like, hey, we saw you on this podcasting last night and you said this. Can you come with us?
Nah, that's
be like, do you have a warrant? We don't need a warrant.
cancel culture.
But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's secret police. That's like they come into your house at midnight, break in your door. It's like, we saw that stupid podcast. What were you saying? And they just drag you out to interrogate you and torture you a little bit. Put like some electrodes on your nipples and torture you. And
thankfully, we don't have that.
So I mean, that's what that's like Stasi. That's like what was the secret police in the Soviet Union called? It was oh gosh, Putin was a part of it.
The KGB?
KGB, yeah. Like KGB, you know, they take you and they're like, you know what, we don't like you, secret court, or you're convicted, send you to the gulag in Siberia for 10 years and you may or may not survive. Like, that's something we've never had to deal with. Like, you know, the FBI gets involved and they'll investigate you, but I've never heard of an American being drugged out. I mean, unless you like think about MK Ultra where they were drugged up and stuff against their will, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum.
The only thing that I can think of is when Charlie Chaplin was deported for being a
Right.
communist.
Communist, right.
And it's kind of like the same
Communist.
agenda that Stasi was on.
Well, I think the Stasi was just anything. If you were like, if you were not pro-regime in any way, even so, like if Lenin was if Stalin was the dictator of Russia, and you're like, oh, that Stalin, he has such a bad sense of humor. Bam, bam, bam. Why would you say that about our great leader? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, we don't have that, thankfully.
Oh God, can you imagine that? I mean, you
Yes.
know, we had crazy censors and all that, but no Stasi.
No, I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, let's say, like, someone in my industry who's well established, you know, I'm still coming up, but
Yeah.
let's
Dude.
say that you're on Disney Channel and you have contracts and
You're on Disney Channel with Britney Spears and what?
all of a sudden you say some stuff that doesn't align with their politics and boom, you're canceled.
Yeah, cancel culture. Hey, cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Here's to another great show. Yeah, well, I mean, the people were being blacklisted from the McCarthy era. You know, the communist scare and all that, the Red Scare. People were blacklisted, and their careers were over.
Yeah, like Chaplin.
Prime example, right? No,
Yeah.
Chaplin was before. That
Was
was
way
during
before?
Hoover. Hoover used immigration to deport communist sympathizers, but that was before. That was before World War II, wasn't it?
I feel like he was deported after World War II.
I don't know. Now I'm curious, which is why I need more room on this thing for all the technology we have, because now I have too much here. But I don't know. I mean, I like Charlie Chaplin.
I do too. The kid is amazing.
Oh shoot, this is a new laptop. I'm not even connected to Wi-Fi yet. I didn't realize he was deported though. For like that was it. He was deported and he was done.
So I think he had gone back to England to visit, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't come back. Sorry."
Are you serious?
Freaking commie.
Dude, that's nuts. I had no clue. Okay, so
It would have been because remember he did the movie The Dictator about Hitler, and then after that was whenever
what?
he wasn't allowed to come back to the U.S.
No.
I think.
You know, that's kind of disappointing. I didn't realize that. Okay, let me see here. I have to remember what my password was because again, I redid my I got a new computer for like a work computer,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah, they want you to change your passwords, not duplicate.
well, no, this is like my Wi-Fi network here. Like trying to just get on this one.
Oh, your home.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
home
Let's see if
network.
I can get on this one. If not, I'll have to check in a minute and try to connect. Ah,
Negative.
you know what, dude?
Are we pausing?
No, we're not pausing. Quick topic. You know, like Mike Myers and SNL. He goes, "Talks amongst yourself," and he would give you like a topic.
It's a good skit.
Talk bulldogs. They're not really bulls, but they are dogs. Please converse amongst yourself.
Well, if you think about it, they're definitely dogs. They don't have horns.
Okay, so I think I figured out my password. I was off by one symbol because I'm trying to make my passwords a little bit more not related to me and a little bit, gotta throw. Maybe not. I don't know.
Scheisse.
I know, right? I
Do I go pull it off the router?
no. This is it's on my phone. I just yeah, I'm just being an idiot. There we go. Let's try. Did I put a space? Okay. So, anyways, a lot of stuff going on in the news. Just a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so just so people. Okay, looks like it's connecting. So people. I guess not. Jeez, I don't know, Artie. I feel like I'm letting you down here. I'm on. Oh, you know what it is? I'm connecting to Chiquito Guest.
Oh, it's the guest.
And the password I'm pulling up is for Chiquita.
Chiquita banana.
Exactly. So I need to figure out what it. Oh, okay. So maybe I need to get on Chiquita and not try to get on Chiquito guest, because obviously I do not know what the password for Chiquito is, or Chiquito. I need to get on Chiquita. Okay, so yeah. So if we went about 2 weeks without posting, but we had a video, and me and Artie, we very proudly made a video. We were on it. I thought it was entertaining. I was entertained. Are you not entertained? And I don't know what happened. I mean, what I've learned right now, because I'm using a new app, and it's kind of cool because I've gone to this multi-camera thing. It's by Logitech. It's called Mevo, and they have an app you use where it integrates 3 cameras. I have audio input and all that stuff. And anybody want to do like your own podcasting, it's a really cool thing. And I don't get paid by anybody. Nobody pays me. Nobody loves me. I've been, Artie, I've been trying to get paid. I loyally drink Blue Raz Bang. I loyally drink my tequila and scotch, and something, because like the theme of our show is always having a drink with your friend, but no sponsorships. But we're relatively new. But anyways, so this Mevo Logitech is cool. You can buy their cameras. They have multiple cameras. They have an internal mic. I figured out how to connect an external mic, and you control it like on your iPad or on your device, which is kind of nice. And it lets you switch cameras and all that. So if you're looking to get into podcasting, this is a kind of a cool thing. So that's what I got onto. And the last time we were here, dude, we were going on. We were talking about, because like Trump just was like a week in, and we were talking about like all this stuff from him becoming president. Artie, you have no clue what I'm talking about, huh? No, you don't remember anything that night.
I do.
You're making that face like, what did we talk about?
I'm looking at the balance and total, and when that episode happened, there weren't any of these plane crashes. We weren't dealing with deportations. We weren't dealing with Elon Musk throwing up the symbol.
Okay, let's just say real fast. So we did this thing podcast, and it only picked up 2 syllables, and I don't know what happened. I think maybe something was playing. I didn't turn on the iPad button. I don't know. It was heartbreaking to see the whole thing, like, and not have any audio. I was like, no. I was sitting by the desk like, no. Like, literally that dramatic. Like, how's your Powerade?
Good.
With the bang?
I killed it already.
Really?
Yeah, it was delicious.
Dude, that's freaking awesome.
You want to try some Powerade in your bang?
Yeah, definitely give me some. I'm all about doing a nice little mix.
And it looks good when you pour it in. Look at that. Fireworks.
Oh, dude, that looks amazing. So, yeah, so that happened. It was just disappointing. Okay. All right, here we go. Charlie Chaplin was banned from the United States due to his concerns about his anti-American stance as early as 1917. Although he denied being a communist, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover worked to have him deported. Wow. So, what year was it then? What year? Or let me put that in. What year? So was it? 1952. He was finally deported in 1952. World War II had already ended, I believe.
By 45.
Was it 45 that it ended? So it was well after World War II. Communist Russia is already well into existence, fought the Great War and all that stuff. So yeah. But as early as 1917, that's World War I-ish right there. There was already concerned about all that. Wow.
It's crazy to think of like how much of current politics are affected by what happened in World War II, and that trickles up from World War I.
World War II is that's modern history. So you can pretty much say modern history is like World War I-ish. Although, because Middle Eastern politics, believe it or not, is dictated right now. Like all the lines in the Middle East was dictated by the agreements made in the World War I between France and England. So all the Iraq, Syria, Jordan, everything happened because of World War I. Although, so there's I can't tell you exactly what other stuff affects us. We didn't get into the League of Nations and all that, but World War One was the catalyst for World War Two, and then obviously World War Two is.
Start to become clear for me.
Let me close this off. I was just going to see if the name. I've been listening to this one person that talks about World War One or World War Two a lot in modern politics. She's a really interesting person to listen to. If you have a chance, she was being how do you spell Mao?
MAO.
Mao. Oh, here we go. Sarah Payne. She's interviewed again by Dwarkesh Patel, this guy with his glorious beard, and Sarah Payne. She works for the War College as a professor, and she's very clear at the beginning of the interview, like I speak for my own. I don't represent anybody and all that. And I should probably say that too. I do not represent anybody. Oh, this camera right here. I don't represent anybody. My opinions are my own, and no secret agenda, no political party or whatever. This is just a couple of guys having a conversation over some drinks and hoping that you join us. But our opinions are not that of anyone or any organizations at all.
And I'll say the same for myself. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a conservative. I'm a hardcore moderate. Although I do keep everyone in question. I look at both sides. I listen to both sides. I listen to liberal media. I listen to conservative media. I listen to everybody and anywhere in between. I feel that's the American way.
Amen. Amen. I think it's and please, if you're following with our theme of having a drink and joining the conversation, drink responsibly.
Drink and vote responsibly.
There we go. I love it. Bam.
Bang.
So, God, I love this Hormel cracker and cheese kit.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Jeanette will be on this week.
Thank you, Baby J.
She is coming on, and we're gonna have a good chat with her this week. So, Sarah Payne talks about a lot about war, politics, and history, and she's amazing to listen to. But she talks about a lot about World War II up to modern day and terrorism. So, I would. Again, I don't get paid for anybody like this, but Dwarkesh Patel, he has a podcast and he's interviewed Sarah Payne a couple of times. Dwarkesh is DWARKESHPATEL. He does a really good job. He has a nice setup. I like his approach. He seems like he comes up with good questions and all that. Like beforehand, he's already prepped. And I wonder if he gives the person he interviews questions, because her answers are just so good too. I don't think, maybe she comes in with them on the fly. Maybe she's just super intelligent. But Sarah Payne is just super good to listen to. She talked about like looking at some of her interviews. She did an interview regarding the war for India and like India and Pakistan relations. There's a part where she talks why Japan lost World War II. She talks about Mao conquering China and what goes on. That's been a super good one. Are
you listening on Spotify or?
I listen on YouTube.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
But I'm sure this Dwarkesh Patel. I'm sure he's on Spotify. Oh yeah, look at it here. He is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. He has a website. Okay, I'll make a website. Jeez, everybody's got a website. But he does super good podcasts and he does super good interviews, and I want to say it's more like interview kind of style where he asks questions and let them talk, and it's just maybe what it is he just has super good people he's interviewing. So Sarah Payne, if you want me, I can forward that to you. But
yeah, man,
it's just brilliant.
Absolutely.
Like one thing I didn't know this. One thing she was talking about, like the importance of the United States being attacked by Japan versus Japan attacking the Soviet Union. Think about that, World War II. Why was it more important that the United States be attacked at Pearl Harbor than had Japan join the alliance with Germany and go to war against the Soviet Union right away?
Because Russia was already in the mix, and we were resistant. We didn't want to get involved. We were scared that it wasn't going to be beneficial to us. We were it seemed like we didn't want to go and get involved with potentially. I mean, because up to that point, Germany wasn't really screwing with us. Japan wasn't.
Right.
There was a lot of talk.
A lot of trade, embargoes, all that. Well, how about this idea? And she makes this point really well, is Germany had already invaded Soviet Union, pushing Soviet Union back. Soviet Union is taking heavy losses in this war against Germany. All of Europe has already fallen. Britain hasn't really gotten involved more than Africa. So Japan's is an ally of the Entente.
They weren't bombing London at that point?
They may have been. I don't know. They may have been. They probably were, or I don't know. I don't know what year the Battle of Britain, what the dates of the Battle of Britain was. So Japan is an ally then of Italy and Germany. So Japan, they're already in China, kicking the Chinese butt. It's going bad. It's going bad for the Chinese. So had Japan, instead of striking the United States, gone to war on the south side of Siberia, the southeast side of Siberia, and attacked the Soviet Union would have been attacked on both ends now.
Yeah.
And they would have been basically standing alone, because at that point, had Japan not attacked us and had they attacked the Soviet Union instead, the Soviet Union would have been like standing alone out there.
Absolutely.
And they probably wouldn't have been able to last very long.
In essence, Russia survived with our help.
Russia survived because of the United States. Their guns, their jeeps, everything they had was from the United States, hands down.
That's crazy.
Everything, everything, rations, the clothes, the planes, all American. Now the Russians, what manufacturing they did have. This is crazy to think about this. Russian, like very agrarian society. You had cities and all that stuff. Siberia is a huge agrarian society. When Germany invaded and they hit all the big cities on the west, Stalingrad, Ukraine, Kiev, all these cities, Russia packed up all the major industries. Like goes to like the steel smelter, takes it apart, puts it on a train, and have the train ship it out. Oh, and by the way, your people on the other end has to lay train tracks down so the train will get to wherever it's going to go.
Yep.
It's wintertime, so you have people working in the winter, having to lay either a foundation or at least smooth down the dirt so you can take these steel mills, whatever else you have, build it out in the middle of nowhere where there's no infrastructure, away from the front lines, so they can start making their own supplies to the extent that they can.
Nuts.
People were starving. It's freezing. It's Siberia. I mean, and we live in southern United States. I mean, it gets cold here when it's 0 degrees. But you're talking places like, I don't know how cold Siberia gets. I mean, let's ask Google. Google, how cold does Siberia get? And Google will say it gets negative 25 degrees, dude. I don't think I've ever been in anything more than like negative 5, 7.
Yeah, same.
I don't know like what the difference between like negative 7 degrees and negative 25. Much less having to do that in like the 1930s.
50 below freezing? Are you kidding me, dude?
But you know what I mean? Like the 1950s. It's not like we have these nice little electric portable heaters and all that. It's basically, dude, go find some wood and let's see if we can light it on fire. Make a fire. Find some food, because you have to find your own food, like because we're at war, and then because you just got done laying train tracks, so the train can arrive, bring the parts to the steel mill. You and me are farmers or herders or whatever, but now we're expected to rebuild the steel mill so we can start producing our own supplies. Do you know what I mean? Like
that is insane.
Like if you think that's kind of nuts, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. On top of that, everybody else is being sent to the front line to die, because that's what Russia did. They just sent people to their death. So had Japan decided to attack the Soviet Union, that they would have fallen out of the war. They would have been. That would have been it, right? Stalin just could.
It just turns into Germany.
How he survived against Germany, who knows? But so Stalin would have fallen. So then you have all of Germany. Britain was the last to stand in Europe. So then you have Germany and Japan that can turn their full might against the United States if they wanted to. Do you know what I mean? So Pearl Harbor's a bad thing. Sorry, sailors started, but it was just such an important part of history that we entered the war that way.
Yeah.
Had not, it may have been worse.
I'm sure Hitler regretted that at some point.
Oh, yeah. Somebody said, and I don't know who said this, when Hitler invaded Czechoslovakia, even Poland, Poland's what started the rest of them getting in.
Yeah.
Had he invaded Czechoslovakia and then stopped there, Germany would have like doubled, triple in size, or whatever. They would have gotten all that land, and he would have been called a great leader for bringing in adding the Czechoslovakia to Germany, and history would have remembered him differently.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So the meth took over, it seems like.
Oh, it was meth. It was the meth. I don't know. Maybe he was getting that Chinese fentanyl. Maybe the Chinese were, giving it to him at the time.
Give me das blues. I need the blues with the M.
Oh my God, that's like the funniest thing I've heard. Okay. Anyway, that's a history time with Mark. So we have to recap everything because we lost our last video. Trump was elected.
And
he came into office like from day one with like a stack of executive orders.
Yeah, it sounds like he was working
like day
since
one.
The election.
Matter of fact, I was in this room putting some tiles up, and I had the YouTube live on, and he was signing executive orders, and it was like 11 o'clock, and he was still signing.
Bro,
it was interesting. Like the one he said, like I was watching when he signed the one on Martin Luther King and JFK.
That one's wild.
That's wild. I wonder if anything else is going to come out of that. But executive order saying like release everything, and why not? Everybody's gone. I don't know anything about national security. That's beyond my scope of what I know. But why can we not release it? It's already been like what, 50 years? 1960s. That's 40, 50, 60. It's been like 60 years. And I think it was under the Biden administration that Biden or Obama, that they had signed, they had resealed the files for like another 50 years. Dude, everybody's gone. I mean, and the kids are going to be gone. So, like, if you wait another 50 years, we'll be gone probably. Who knows? So, I don't understand why they resealed it. Like,
because it's the government who killed him?
Yeah.
Maybe that?
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be like chaos and like, holy shit.
I don't know.
Our president was killed by the government.
Mm.
Did you see the video that was recently released where it shows the driver of his vehicle pulling out a pistol and shooting JFK?
No, I didn't.
I don't know if it's AI or what, but in the last 10 days, I saw it looked like the Zapruder film, but you can see the driver, boom, like just fucking blow his head off.
Dude, have you seen JFK?
No,
Kevin
but I need
Costner?
to. No, I need to, though.
I've watched JFK with Kevin Costner so much, and that's probably what's gotten me more into JFK, that movie, especially Kevin Costner when he, based on a real guy, not public defender, but from Louisiana. Oh my God, he was like an attorney general. He's the only attorney general to take anybody from JFK to court. This is actually based on a true story. So if you watch JFK, it's Kevin Costner plays let me see here, JFK. I have to put the movie, and Kevin Costner's such a good actor.
Yeah.
Maybe not in maybe Waterworld was out there, but the rest of JFK, I mean, like Kevin Costner, legit.
Dances with Wolves are the shit.
Oh man, yeah. So it's an Oliver Stone movie. So like Oliver Stone's legit.
Yeah,
he's like legit.
I love The Doors.
Yeah. Oh my God. Right. So he plays Jim Garrison, and Jim Garrison, he's I want to say without spending too much time, like okay, here it is. He was a district attorney of Orleans Parish, Louisiana, from 62 to 73, and later a state appellate court judge. He is best known for his investigations into the assassination of JFK and the prosecution of New Orleans businessman Clay Shaw to the effect in 1969, which ended in Shaw's acquittal. So he's done a lot of investigating. He's written a number of books, but he's the only person that's ever gone to court for JFK.
Crazy.
Yeah, and then in the movie, I don't know, because like when they make movies that are like based on real stories,
Yeah.
there's a lot of embellishments.
Sure.
But he gives like this really impassioned speech about your dying king. He says, "Don't forget your dying king," being representative of JFK, and yeah, I like. And then they show the Zapruder film, so they had a subpoena for the Zapruder film, which before then. This guy had it. He didn't know he had it. Then he did have it. Then I think Time magazine had it, and they had it in the vault.
Yep.
And they wouldn't release it until it was subpoenaed by during this court case, in which they brought it out and they showed people, and which at that point they were like mortified by watching JFK get shot.
Right.
And then in the movie JFK, he says, he's shot and he goes back to the left, back and to the left. And it's like, and you saw like the little mist,
Yep.
when you talk about the mist, that's a disapproved film. You could see it, and
Crazy.
that's like, I don't know. That's like I don't want to say it's like the nail in the coffin or it's the silver bullet, but it's like you watch that stuff and it's like you can't help but believe like, and the way the movie's presented, it's like you can't help but believe like. Maybe this was a conspiracy. Maybe there were others.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the way that, like the movie portrays that there was a kill box. Maybe maybe these sealed files for that Trump's gonna have released has other information, like the whole magic bullet theory. He's telling. Then the bullet magically turns 90 degrees, goes up so many degrees, and it's like. And he said then after the bullets hit this many bones and is fractured, it's found in pristine condition. Like you can't help but like watch that movie and think like, God bless it.
Yeah, there's more to the story.
There's more to the story. So maybe there was a coup d'etat, who knows? But I'm glad that this executive order was issued. The Martin Luther King one, it's curious. So the Martin Luther King, like the FBI investigated Martin Luther King, like to the end. Like who was this guy? Apparently Martin Luther King, like he was a great civil rights leader. He was hands down. And part of like what's in Martin Luther King's file that the family is actually fighting because the family was very upset that Trump was releasing the files. And I was like, well, you're the family. Why would you be upset about that? Well, apparently they have a lot of the evidence and notes where they were investigating King when he was out doing civil rights movements and all over, the South, that he was also very scandalous and he had many women in his life or whatever. And it's like, and I was listening to this on the news. I was like, and I couldn't help but think like, that doesn't take away the greatness of the man. I mean, Troy fell because of a woman. We all know about Marilyn Monroe singing "Happy Birthday" to JFK. People have emotions, they have feelings, and we do things we probably shouldn't do. But it doesn't take away the greatness of who JFK or Martin Luther King was.
Nope.
So that's kind of why they were upset about that. And I don't think anything. I mean, maybe there's always been this whole theory about Martin Luther King that they knew who he was, the killer, and. Maybe there was some influence on that. Maybe not. I don't know. But we'll see.
I hope so. I mean, when is that supposed to be released and open, the Kennedy stuff?
I don't know.
Like, he already signed it, but someone's scurrying to not release it.
Oh, I know, right?
Wouldn't have been released by now?
I fully expected to see it, like, all over the news. Like, the CIA was involved with the mob, with Castro. Everybody had somebody there. Like,
but no, this P. Diddy shit's more important.
Well, that's a news cycle. They always all this stuff always comes up during
distract.
It's a distraction. And okay, this just came out with this whole USAID thing. So you know what the USAID thing is?
I've heard some of like what him and Elon are trying to do to block it.
Okay.
I'm not too privy on it.
So you have Doge, this Department
Dogecoin.
of Governmental What does the E stand for?
Wait, did they name it after the coin?
No, that tended to be coincidental. It tended to be coincidental. Department of Governmental Efficiency.
That's a weird choice of.
It was a repurposed agency that already existed. So, let me see if I can find it. So you can't just create a new agency without going to the Congress and allocating money and all that. So what they did is, I'm trying to find this department. No, there was another governmental agency that is supposed to like do oversight, and it was kind of like some unknown agency. And so what they did is they repurposed that agency, and they renamed it Doge, and whose purpose is to go in and slash and burn. Right? It's kind of And so for everybody's like, this is illegal. You can't just create a new governmental agency, blah blah blah. So the reason it works is because they just basically took an agency that was already there, supposed to do some oversight, and kind of retitled it and gave it a larger scope.
Did they figure out that those guys weren't doing anything, or
who knows, right? I mean that I don't know, but I do know that the funding and the name. Oh, here it is. It was a previously existing United States digital service which was created under former Barack Obama. They took the digital service,
yeah,
and they retooled it to be Doge.
What did Obama create that digital service for?
I mean, I can try to look that up if I can do this fast enough, right?
Better not be citizen data.
I know, right? Like, how crazy would that be?
Especially after figuring out what happened with the NSA and what's the guy who's in Russia now? Snowden.
Snowden, yeah. Okay, it says the U.S. Digital Service. Our project, this is their website, spans agencies and programs with profound impact, including helping families, veterans, farmers, students, children, small business, and retirees. We build project teams that understand the transformation impact they can have by bringing their expertise to federal government to work on services that change lives.
Sounds like civilian data to me.
Like crazy. Like that's what this digital service is. I've never heard that. So it's meant to bring people. Okay. Their mission says to deliver better government services to Americans through technology and design. That's it. We collaborate with public servants throughout the government to address some of the most critical needs and ultimately deliver a better government experience to people. So that's what this whole agency that Obama created, just making a better experience technically to the American people. I've never heard of this agency. Have you?
I've never heard of it.
So they retooled it into Doge.
So it's interesting. A lot of people are up in arms saying that you can't create a whole other department through the government, yet it was already done.
And it's probably an agency like the majority of the people probably didn't even know about.
I mean, I'd never heard of it, but I heard about the NSA thing, Like, usually hear news stories of, like, okay, the president's doing this or that. That I've never... I try to stay really close to the vein. I never heard of that.
Started by former President Obama, too. Dun, dun, dun. But, okay. Did anybody know that he started this agency?
Nope.
Okay, so they're retooled. Elon Musk brought 17 engineers to come work for the agency. Most of them are in their 20s. And I guess he needed like engineers, so people that can get into like the software, because everything's on the computer. Is on computer now. Everything is in the mainframe, right? And so they started with U.S. I have to think of the acronym U.S.
AID.
USDIA. So, do you know what USDIA stands for?
No.
I didn't know either. I looked it up this week because I was super interested to see what people were upset about. USDIA stands for the United States Direct Investment Abroad.
It's USDIA.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what kind of investments and
investing
how far abroad?
in other countries, which, like, okay, say in Uganda,
Yeah.
they need a public school for for the little girls, because little girls can't go to school, so they need an all girls school.
Yeah.
USDIA could probably go in there and allocate money, get cut money from Congress to help them build an all girls school, so giving the girls a chance to go to school.
Get contractors to clear the ground, build it. Gotcha.
Maybe even security. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's kind of USDIA, right? Like, we need to promote democracy in North Korea. Okay, how can USDIA do that? Right? Now run a kind of a good place, right? Like USDIA, like doing good stuff, like maybe AIDS in Africa. People need to get medicine to because
The HIV.
we have medicine, like cocktails of medicine that almost kills the virus, right? So
Right.
So you have kids in Africa. USDIA is out there, like providing these vaccines for these kids that are really sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're out there doing a lot of good stuff. Out in the world, like, who does not want to help kids in Africa that have AIDS that are going to die?
A small group of people, but not the majority.
No. I mean, I think when it comes to kids, people want to help, right?
Most of us, yeah.
Okay, So, okay. Oops, no, this is USDA. I'm not looking for USDA, Google.
No stakes.
The no stakes.
No mistakes.
That's right. Okay. So, I don't think they have a list of things that are on here yet, that of stuff that's going to be cut, but there's been reports of there's been reports of the stuff that's getting cut. So in Africa, there was a program to promote men that were having sex with other men, paid for and funded by the USDIA. And this is not me being gross, not me being. That's what this program was being paid for to promote.
This is pre.
No, this is like that was a program that's being funded for that.
This is when it was started.
I mean, when it started, I don't know, but this is a program that's being funded for and paid for by the USDIA. Okay.
I don't know what to say about that.
Here is a list that's being brought up: $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala, being paid for by the USDIA.
They're feminizing the enemy.
USDIA is paying $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt. I mean, do you need the government to promote the fact that the pyramid is amazing and that you should go see it?
That makes me not want to go to Egypt.
No, I mean, I want to go to Egypt. I'd love to see it, but I don't.
I want to go.
I don't need the government to tell me how amazing it would be to go to Egypt. I think it probably would be.
I mean, it'd be amazing, but heaven forbid the border at the Gaza Strip breaks down while you're visiting, and
That's
all
always
hell
happening.
breaks loose.
That's always happening. Okay,
I don't know, man. They keep them at bay.
$20 million spent on Halan Simpson, a new Sesame Street show in Iraq. $20 million. Alam Simpson. Okay. Over 4.5 million spent to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. Okay.
Yeah.
Up to 10 million worth of USAID funded meals went to Al Qaeda linked terrorist groups, the Nusra Front.
Do we have a time frame
And
when
this-
this would have happened?
No, and this is money that they said that's already been spent.
It's already there. This
It's
is
already been
pre-Trump.
spent. This is
already allocated.
already spent money.
Goodness gracious.
So this group that it's okay, 500,000. It's a small amount. group to empower women in an attempt to solve sectarian violence in Israel just 10 days before the Hamas October 7th attack awarded. Nearly $25 million to Deloitte to promote green transportation in Georgia, the country, not the state.
Yeah.
4.67 to EcoHealth Alliance, one of the key non-governmental organizations funding bat virus research at Wuhan Institute of Virology in late 2021.
What? What? What site is this? What are you reading this off of?
This one is off of Gazette.com. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. $7.9 million to a project that would teach Sri Lankan journalists to avoid binary gendered language. A $1.1 million that was awarded to the median LGBT group. $1.2 million that was awarded to the African Methodist Episcopal Church Service and Development Agency in Washington, D.C. to build a state-of-the-art 404-seat auditorium. $1.3 million to Arab and Jewish photographers. $1.5 million to promote LGBT advocacy in Jamaica. $1.5 million to rebuild the Cuba media ecosystem. $1.5 million for the art of inclusion of people with disabilities. $2 million to promote LGBT equality through entrepreneurship in developing Latin American country. $2.1 million so the BBC can strengthen the media ecosystem in Libya. $2.3 million in artisanal small-scale gold mining in the Amazon. $2.5 million to promote inclusion in Vietnam. $3.9 million to LGBT causes in the Western Balkans. $5.5 million to LGBT in Uganda. $6 million to advocate LGBT in priority countries around the world. $6 million to transform digital space to reflect feminist democratic principles. $6.3 million to men who have sex with men in South Africa. $8.3 million to USAID education, equality, and inclusion. Another $16.8 million to a separate group in Vietnam for inclusion.
How's the water in Flint, Mark? Good God.
Oh, by the way, hey, did you know there's a fire in Los Angeles and people don't have homes? I don't know if we rebuilt all the homes in Maui yet. And let me tell you, I fully believe in helping people.
As do I.
I mean, you know what? Again, kids in Africa going hungry, they need food, to have a shot at having a decent life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, if you're a guy and you're, you have your lifestyle, that's fine too. I'm not opposed to that.
Sure.
I mean, do we need to be paying, I don't know, man, like, money to Uganda and the Western Balkans promoting inclusion in Vietnam? I don't know. Maybe because there's really bad anti-inclusion in Vietnam, people are dying. Maybe I don't know. I mean, do you know? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't been there. I just see what I hear from.
I hear there was a war there once.
Yeah. In Nam? In Nam? So. And why did the French give us so much trouble if we've helped them out so much?
I don't know, dude. But this is one departmental, and the rumor mill and all the stuff online.
Yeah.
Is that USDIA is they Oh, I'm sorry. It's USAID.
It is?
Not USDA. USAID, the U.S. Agency for International Development. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. I don't know why the other one came up first. But,
You said.
yeah. So, I don't know. Like, I grew up wanting to help people, and I think it's good to help people, and I think...
Yeah.
But, dude, what the heck?
Who is that helping?
I mean... I didn't read anywhere on that list that we're building water wells for anybody in India or Africa or Asia.
Nope. There's nothing about water there. It's just about...
or even putting a road in. I don't know. Building a school for girls in Africa. Nothing like that.
Nope.
like I'm not opposed to helping people, but good Lord. And did you notice those monies we were saying? We were like talking millions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are up in arms about this whole Doge thing going in and doing this, and the fact that grant money was put on pause.
We're in the twilight zone.
I mean, I don't know. Like
We're gonna see. I don't know. We'll see the effects here in the next 2 years, right?
and you know what the reality of it is? When I was explaining this to a friend of mine, it was like state money has already been allocated for 2025.
Right.
Like New Mexico Medicaid, Texas Medicaid, welfare services, all that money's been allocated. So people, instantly, as soon as you heard grant money was being cut off, a lot of Americans were coming out like, "Oh, we're not going to get our money. We're not going to get services. We're not going to get this." Most of that money's been allocated. So as far as this year goes, you're set.
Yeah.
Those benefits aren't being cut.
Right.
But like this grant money going to Uganda or the Balkans, I don't know, to this agency that provides Al Qaeda people with food, like, yeah, that grant money they're putting on hold.
As they should. I mean,
I don't know, and let the viewers decide what they think or what they want to do. I mean, what do we know?
Yeah, what do we know?
What do we know? We're just small beans. But that's what's been going on this last week.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Along with the plane crashes.
Okay. So,
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
There's plenty of video, different angles of the helicopter hitting the plane in Washington, D.C. Have you seen any video of the plane crashing in Pennsylvania?
The medvac plane?
It was allegedly a medvac plane in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen video.
I've seen the video of that one.
Is it coming down fast and hard like it's a missile?
Yeah, so that's the one. You're right. That's the one I did see.
And let me ask you this. When was the last time within a 24-hour period that we saw a plane crash in D.C. and a plane crash in Pennsylvania?
Kind of crazy, right?
Kind of crazy.
Kinda
All we're missing
crazy.
is that third and fourth element in New York.
Worldwide, there was... Okay, so let me pull this up. This is a guy I follow, and I mentioned him before. Let me pull up his channel. It's called James. James Weekly Videos. Jamez. Jaymez. And he has another channel called, let's see here. Oh, what's his other channel called? I didn't have the name of here. It is called That Is Impossible, and that's another YouTube channel. So That Is Impossible is like his channel. That Is Impossible. He puts videos that people put up there and talk about how like crazy stuff he sees. Like dude, that's nuts. Look at that. But his other channel called James Jamez. He's pulling up people's more like their TikToks, and he's talking about I like his style that he does this, and I was really thinking about this. I like his style that he approaches these things, and that he says like this person that posted this random video. If you look at their history, they've got videos of their kids, videos of their neighbors, but then they have like the random ghost video. Or this video, you know what I mean? So he has a really interesting approach that he looks at all the videos or history, and then he kind of looks at other people that have very similar videos. So I kind of like his style, and I kind of like that even when he looks at some stuff, he'll be like is this person really looking at a plane? Is it a reflection in his window? Like he's kind of
A debunker.
he's not like a conspiracy believer, but he also takes the time to say like you say a debunker. But he's also I want to say he's like a guy like you and I. Maybe he's better. His video quality is better than mine. His editing's really good, but he would strike me as the kind of guy that would just be having a beer here with you and me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of like his approach, how he really looks at this. But he's talking about like the number
So
of
this is
planes.
one of
Oops. He's talking about the number of planes that have gone down recently, and like worldwide, something like 15 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it makes me not want to fly. I don't know about you.
The one in Alaska,
What happened in Alaska?
plane went down, holding a circle pattern over like an airport. It was like whiteout conditions, and it crashed into the sea, and all survivors died. All survivors died.
All survivors died.
No, but all the passengers died.
What? How long ago was that?
Last week.
And they're not reporting it. No one's blowing the whistle. NBC Nightly News isn't saying shit.
Right. So, and that's always the thing. The mainstream media is not saying anything, right?
Right.
So, what are your thoughts about the? I mean, I listened to him, right?
Right.
And so he had about 3 ideas about what was going on that people were talking about, because he goes through all these YouTubes. He makes a list of all the plane crashes and everything. Doing due diligence as far as like somebody like us would know how to do. So, what is your thought about these planes going on? What do you think is going on?
I have no idea. I think it's fishy. I think it's kind of crazy the fact that the last time I saw a plane go down in Washington, D.C. and Pennsylvania was 9/11.
Right.
All we're missing is the New York element, which might have already happened with the plane that was supposed to take off in Houston that was headed to New York.
Wow.
The person was smashing the window trying to get out. So they had to stop that flight.
That's nuts.
That is nuts.
Wait. I feel like you're putting something together here.
I hope not. I hope I'm wrong.
What are you proposing here? That's what I want to know.
What's today, the 9th?
Yeah.
Something's going to happen in New York within the next 2 weeks. I pray and I hope that doesn't happen. I hope
so
I'm
you
wrong.
think something's going to happen, like an attack?
It could be an attack. It could be...
What makes you think this? Let me ask you.
I mean, just the writing on the wall. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong. It's mainly, definitely conspiracy theory.
Okay.
It hasn't happened yet. I'm not a psychic.
So let's talk about the New York terrorist attacks.
All right.
So I was in high school when the first trade tower attack happened.
You're talking about 9/11 or before that? Or the Timothy McVeigh in Oklahoma.
No. The first trade tower attack. Do you remember that?
Oh, was it the Unabomber?
No, dude. Okay, this kind of tells you, right?
When did you graduate high school?
1996.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Let me pull this up here. Hold on here. Trade tower. First terrorist. Let me pull this up. Okay. Here. Up. Got it. Wow. I was barely in high school. All right. So you don't remember the first World Trade Center attack? It was a bombing in 1993. They took a couple of trucks into the parking garages in the basement,
In New York
with fertilizer bombs. Try to bring them down by bombing the basements. Like, they parked these trucks down there, and yeah, dude, like,
Hit me with some vodka.
it was like pretty legit.
Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
Well,
And I'm willing to, and okay, and in all honesty, because the World Trade Center bombing is overshadowed by the Twin Tower terrorist attack, the planes.
yeah.
I think it's easy for it to be overlooked.
Yeah.
But it did happen. Initially, it did happen that there was like some trucks, fertilizer bombs. People exploded them. They found like the axle to one of the trucks.
So they did detonate, but they failed, clearly.
Yeah, they failed to bring the. I mean, dude, like, it's I don't know if there's any copyrighted stuff on this in terms of on YouTube. If I could show the video or not. But yeah, I was in school, so and contrary to what people believe, I'm not from the Stone Age, so so there is videos of the let me see here, trade tower building, building. Let me put this bombing. I'm not that old, so I was a kid. When this happened, and we were watching it, and the people coming out, and I don't know. I think people get desensitized. It's been 31 years.
31 years.
11 months ago. It's already been 30 years. That's hard to believe. Oops. Yeah, I remember being a kid watching this going on, and people pouring out. And like I was saying, I think people get desensitized, with everything going on.
Yep.
But here we go. I'm trying to find you videos of where people were pouring out of the buildings, and they're just freaking out. But like, they're from the explosion, they were hurt. They're all that stuff. But yeah, I remember watching when I was at school as a kid.
Was it on the TV in the classroom on the Channel 1 TV? Remember Channel 1?
Maybe not about Channel 1, but we had access to the TVs. And we were watching it on cable television. Yeah. So that's 1993. So the point is in 93 they used fertilizer bombs in trucks. And then in 9/11, what year was 9/11?
2001.
2001. They used airplanes. So if you're saying something new was coming down the pipeline, what would they? Do you think you're saying that they would use the same thing?
I'm thinking so. War experts have always said if the U.S. is attacked, and this is pre 9/11, we would be attacked via the sky, just like in Pearl Harbor. If we get attacked again, it's going to be via the sky. Okay, so my theories are, as far as the Washington thing, I think it's very strange that these people with a lot of experience, military and the pilots, managed to botch. I mean, that plane was landing.
Oh.
I saw an interview with a guy who was with his 6-year-old son, watching his wife and daughter's plane start to land, and then boom, he watched half his family die. That's devastating. That's horrible. But
That's horrible.
Going to the source of like, okay, what happened there? They haven't told us anything. This has been over 10 days already.
Yeah.
There's no answers. I'm like, all right, thinking as far as like theoretically, if we're looking at what could have happened, what if I was the pilot? Was that helicopter, was that Black Hawk chasing a drone and got distracted? Or was this a hit? Was someone saying, if you want your family to land, not that guy, but someone else? Because there was a bunch of families and kids on that plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if someone was making a threat like, nope, you need to do this wire transfer or we're going to make sure that plane doesn't land?
Oh, wow. Like the helicopter was there to stop the plane from exploding or something?
There's been rumors that there might not have even been piloted. It could have been like a helicopter that was remote controlled.
So, okay, I heard that too. Okay, so there's those. Like, I also heard the rumor about the plane going down, like a lot of the planes going down because of solar flares. Although that one's hard for me to swallow because
it would have been multiple planes, right?
I think it would if it was a solar flare, multiple planes all at once. Like it would be the same day, the same time frame. Like we would have had cell phone issues. If it was that strong to bring down a plane, you would have had issues with your vehicles. Like I think you would have had issues here.
Yeah,
like without a doubt. Like
cell towers, satellites,
everything. Satellites. Like if a solar flare was that big to hit a plane and affect a plane, that means the military and all non-governmental agencies that have satellites, they would have to move them out of the way as quick as possible and then power them down. So you would lose whatever. Like if you're watching your satellite television that you have at home, you would lose signal all of a sudden.
Yeah,
right. Because the satellite goes down. Right. GPS down. Like so, and they would do that to save the satellite. Okay, so there's that. I don't believe that.
Yeah, it's all. Unfortunately, all of it is speculative.
Yeah. One thing I've heard. That's delicious, man. I love Bang. Bang energy drinks.
Bang bang
Bang bang. Like this is my day. Coffee and a Bang. I mean, If I have a heart attack tomorrow morning, you'll know why. But
What song playing in my head? I just died in your arms tonight.
I was like, wait a second. There's nothing going on there. Oh man, I'm in trouble. Just give me some more bang. I'm okay.
Like, wait, why is my body over there? But I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Must have been something you said.
Just died. Who sings that? That's not Richard Marx, is it?
No,
Heart. I just died in your heart.
it's not Corey Hart. That's the Sunglasses at Night guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who it was. Okay.
Okay.
Here's an interesting theory, and I picked this up from watching that guy's channel. He's talking about AI, and he's talking about computers being hacked, and the fact that some of these planes around the world, not just the United States, but like there was one in Belgium and all that, they've had some interesting issues to problems that are considered like normal. And he says, is there something going on in the cyber world? It could be AI, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it could be like a governmental entity trying to, playing Cold War with the United States and saying like, oh yeah, take this. It's not implausible to think like there's a back channel war going on online between two countries, North Korea, China, Iran, and this is the way of them saying like, hey, check out what I can do. How do you feel about that?
So that freaks me out because it reminds me of the guy who blew up in the Cybertruck outside of Trump Tower on New Year's Day. So apparently his manifesto was talking about potential attacks on the East Coast. And the video to the Philadelphia crash, like I was asking you, where's the footage of the plane? 3 of the videos that come to mind, it looks like a missile hitting.
So my problem with the Philadelphia plane crash, not that I'm for or against it.
Sure.
Okay, like I shouldn't say for or against. Not that I believe or disbelieve what it could or could not be.
Yeah.
Like I use this quote often enough, but I tell people that I'm smart enough to know I don't know everything.
Same.
And I think recent history shows how crazy things happens. Like the best example I could say is like you've heard the story of a tornado wipes out one side of the street.
Yeah.
And across the street the houses are fine.
Right.
Maui fire. Houses burned here, houses burned there. Now some people say it's a laser. I don't know.
Right. I've heard that a lot.
I mean, like I saw on the news a really bad car accident on I-10. Semis. Only one person was deceased. Who, God rest her soul, I know who she is, right? But as bad as that accident is, like it looked really bad. Only one person was deceased.
Was that in the snow day between here and Deming?
No, that was last week over in...
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, it's very curious. So it's like I say, like a tornado hits one side of the street. The winds are going 200 miles an hour. So why isn't this house damaged? Why is the house across the street leveled? I don't know. So if something compromised a plane that's flying, either going up or coming down, that would compromise either a wing or an engine or something, to say that it just fell straight down from the ground, like as unbelievable as it could be, it's completely believable. Because me and my friend joke around about this. I always tell my friend Mike, he's like, "Hey Mike, when are you going to get on the plane to come over to New Mexico?" And he goes, "Yeah, you want me to get on the plane?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, you're going to get on something that weighs a ton. It's a tube. It's made out of aluminum, and it flies to the sky. Not made to fly. It's a material that's not meant to fly, but it's going to fly through the sky." And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm going to totally do that." And I said, "Oh, and it's going to be full of a ton of the most flammable fuel on Earth too." But yeah, go ahead and fly on over. And he says, "Yeah, no, not going to do it."
Yep.
So if something compromised a plane, and the plane came down just like, I mean, it's kind of believable to think that a plane would come straight down if something like happened, even if explosion, the engine blew up, and suddenly the loss of propulsion. Like I don't know enough about planes to say like look at a video and say like, no, that's impossible, or yep, that's how planes come down. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
I just don't know. And so when I see those videos from the different angles of the planes come, that because you're right, that plane kind of comes straight down and it's on fire like this.
The Philadelphia one?
Yes.
I gotta grab my phone. I gotta show you this video.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do a timeout. He's gonna go get his phone, and depending on the copyright of the video, we may or may not be able to show the video. But yeah.
Fishy. It's all very fishy. I gotta pull this up. I don't know, man. I don't know a lot about planes. I've seen plane on video. This shit does not look like a plane to me.
I like, but do you get what I'm saying? Like, when something's, hundreds of feet in the sky, if something happens that stops the propulsion and stops the lift, I'm not the person to say like, yes, I believe it. No, I don't believe it. You know what I mean? And I say that in good faith.
Let's see.
But that whole idea of like hacking these planes and doing something to them and freaking the people out on them, that's a scary idea.
That is a scary idea. You think that could be AI?
What if it's not AI? What if it's just like a group of guys in a black room and be like, we're going to teach these guys in America a lesson. Check this out. Boop, boop, boop. Take control of the plane. Guess what, Captain? You're no longer in control of your plane. Go down. You know what I mean? Did you find that video? It's such a scary prospect, man.
I've
I don't
saved
know.
too much on Instagram.
I'm the same way. I take screenshots.
Yeah, my screenshots.
All right. Or you know what I do? I watch shorts on YouTube. That's kind of my thing. I like watching shorts on YouTube. And every short I like, I will forward it to myself as a message. And so I have a list of text messages to myself of a bunch of videos I want to rewatch at a later point. So I am not saying it's not safe to fly.
I'm saying I'm not flying anytime soon.
I think Artie has a PSA. Artie, it's on you. PSA to the people.
If you turn
right
that
now.
down, go ahead.
Okay. While I'm watching this, Artie's going to give you a PSA. All cameras are on you, Artie.
Butterfly in the sky. I can fly twice as high.
Okay, I'm going to rewatch this video. Let me go down. I'm going to go up. Yeah, like yeah, that's going. I mean, it comes down.
That's zipping down. That's not falling. That's not.
Yeah.
We got up a lap. It looks like someone said, hit that target.
Okay. How do I put this in perspective? All these explosions, it's a big explosion. But then it's got jet fuel too. Jet fuel's like a super explosive. And it's got a lot of jet fuel, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. But, okay. Think about like when you stood on a tree, you stood on a house, and you've thrown something down. Kunk, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that weighs 20 pounds.
What are we throwing?
A brick off a building,
Okay.
a rock off the mountain, and it just goes dunk, 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 right?
Right.
Now you have something, and what that one in Philadelphia, what kind of plane was that?
So the medevac plane?
Yeah, the Cessna. Was it a what? So
That shit was going way faster than a Cessna.
So you think about something that falls out of the sky at that height with no control, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I say, without a better picture being closer to see it, like it's just that it's a tough one. It's a tough thing to say if it's it's a tough thing to say if it's a plane, not a plane, if it's anything else other than a plane. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I say, I don't know what happens to planes when something happens to them in the sky. If they hit something, if there's an engine malfunction, if there's, here's an idea. So is the medevac plane may have been a prop plane, right?
Okay, we're talking conspiracy.
No, propeller plane. Prop plane?
Oh, propeller plane.
Propeller plane, right?
Copy that. Yeah.
Okay, so do you know what it means when they have to feather the engines?
No, what's that?
This is a phrase that you used to hear like in World War II movies when the engine's going out. And you say, feather the plane. So you when something happens to your engine, you have to feather it.
Oh, I ride the air.
No.
No?
So say you're in a plane. You have like a 2-engine plane that's propeller, right?
Gotcha.
And the engine on the right turns off. Well, because of the wind velocity, the propeller still turns, even though the engine dies. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have all the blades of the engine at an angle like this, so that they, when you're flying. So when you feather your plane, you have to turn the impellers. You have to turn them all perpendicular to the wind. Now, do you know why that happens? And I just learned this. So you have to turn them straight to the wind like this, so that way the propeller stops turning, or it slows down. Because what happens is, if the plane is still going and the propellers are all still at an angle, the propellers start turning really fast. And because the engine is turned off, there's no coolant going through the engine. There might still be oil in there. There might still be gasoline in there, and so it starts heating up just from the propeller turning, and so it heats up so much that it catches fire.
Whoa!
Just from the wind turning it, and it catches fire. So you see these World War II movies, and he's like, oh my God, the engine's caught fire. Well, the engine shut off, and they didn't feather the impellers on the propeller. They didn't feather them, and it keeps turning, and the bearings and all that get so hot. Engine catches fire, and then suddenly the plane explodes because the engine's so hot and there's gas in the wings.
Wild.
Unless you're a pilot that flies a prop plane,
You wouldn't know that.
you wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
At all. I mean, and that could be possible for any propeller plane. I mean, like I say, I just learned that because I was watching that movie on Apple about the bomber squadron, Masters of the Sky or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh my God! It's a great movie. I've been waiting for it to come out. Movie Bombers. Let me just do this real fast. It just came out. No, it didn't just come out, but it came out a little while ago. Oh my God! Masters of the Air. It's a short series, and after Band of Brothers, The Pacific, they were talking about making a bomber series, World War II bomber series, and it was originally going to be called something like the Mighty 800 or something like that, and but it took them years to do it. I don't know. Maybe after the Pacific and Saving Private Ryan and everything, they just got burnt out. So it never got started, or it was never completed. But it finally came out, I think last year. It was called Masters of the Air, and it's about the 800 Air Group, because they lost a lot of bombers going over Germany, and it's just super interesting. It's really good. Oh geez, can I even pull up who's in it? You'd probably know these names better than I do. Maybe not. Let me see here. So anyway, but it's just really freaking cool. But yeah, so I was watching. There was a movie where an engine catches fire and it burns up. So I started reading about that. Why does that happen? Well, because they don't feather the propellers, because the propellers will keep going so fast that the engine catches fire just from it turning.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how do you feather them, or how do you stop them from turning? Is it a switch?
There must be a switch. I don't know. I didn't look up how do you feather them. All I knew is when you feather them, it just turns them into the wind this way to prevent it from turning.
Interesting.
Right?
Wild.
I
learned something today. Learned a few things today.
So that's why I say with this airplane thing, it's crazy. There's a lot of air problems right now. Yeah, I don't. It's not, I mean, I honestly don't think it's solar flares. Does it put it? Can we put it past that there's something like undercover going on, like, or maybe they're being hacked? Maybe is it like an insider job within our country? Is it like a North Korea thing? Is it like, do you know what I mean? Like, who knows? I mean, will we ever know? I don't know.
I can't help think about the Malaysia flight. I can't help think about the
Yeah.
flight that the Russians shot down, like in 2018.
No. Did you hear about the last one?
No.
The last one happened like maybe like a month. This last month.
Could be Russians. Could be
Uh,
the Chinese.
It was a plane coming out of Kyrgyzstan or something like that, and the Russians took it down by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I mean, it's kind of weird. Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, where the Declaration of Independence was signed.
oh, you know what would be? Oh, this is interesting.
What?
Moscow came out and apologized for this, but it was a Russian accused of shooting down a passenger jet plane. This was December 30th. Azerbaijan president has directly accused Russia of shooting down an Azerbaijan airplane that crashed in Kazakhstan, and this is the last week of Russia. Here's something to think about. What if Russia thought that was something else, like a plane with leaders, a plane with something going to Ukraine? You know what I mean? Like, and so they shot down this plane thinking it was something else. I wonder what else was flying in the area. That's why I said, oh, I wonder.
When was the last time an aircraft went down with the world leader?
Yeah, right?
Iran.
Mm-hmm. And that was sketchy. How does the Iranian president go down? Oh, the bottom one's got soggy. Ugh, I don't like those. Sorry, I don't like soggy crackers.
I don't like soggy crackers either.
That was like mid-conversation. By the way, ooh, soggy crackers.
Soggy crackers. You gotta get him a towel.
So, you're right. The Iranian one, that was sketchy. The president went to go visit people in the mountains, and his plane went down. And they said there were survivors, but they couldn't find the helicopter. Not plane, the helicopter. They said they suspected there were survivors, but they couldn't find the helicopter. Like, excuse me? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, another connection. Maybe unrelated.
uh-huh.
The last time a helicopter crash happened and parents and children died, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe. Okay, so was there any dignitaries, anything about that helicopter ride besides Kobe Bryant as to why it went down? Like,
No, the blame was put on Kobe. Apparently, the pilot said, "Listen, we've got choppy air and cloudy skies. We can't take you to this basketball game." And allegedly, Kobe said, "I pay you to fly, so you fly us."
okay, let me think here. I'm a private pilot. I'm not like in the military or anything like that. And I'm flying Kobe to.
A basketball game.
Okay,
You want some red in there?
yeah, maybe a splash. I like the color, right?
Splash.
Okay, so I'm a pilot on a private helicopter, and I have to make a decision on whether I can make this trip or die. I mean, can I make this trip or am I going to die? And my passenger has the nerve to tell me, I pay you to do this, irregardless of whether you're a professional at what you do and you know what you're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying there?
Yeah, but people get starstruck, man, and start making fucking rash decisions.
Do you think that's what it maybe was?
I think it was. I mean, I think it's kind of weird that a lot of the people who we see, like these prominent folks like Kobe or Paul Walker, everyone seems to be taken out by vehicles.
Paul Walker. Was there a conspiracy there with Paul Walker? Like, please elaborate, because I thought he was cool. I liked his.
I thought he was great. So apparently he was on his way to a charity that was for funding impoverished kids who have no food. So it was something like called like One World or something like that, and he was on his way to do a benefit, and lo and behold, the Porsche 911 didn't have good tires, and he crashed into a tree.
Okay, first of all, dude, did you see the accident? Like, did you see the accident? Like,
Yes, I've seen video and
oh
photos.
my God.
They say
like,
that he was alive when he burned.
wow, he was alive when he burned.
That's what they say.
Okay,
according
but
to the
that
autopsy,
could
he
be
died of smoke inhalation.
that could be alive but not conscious, right?
Could be, but they say smoke inhalation killed him, not the impact.
Because when I saw the picture of the car accident, because he hit a tree, right?
Yeah. And he wasn't driving, by the way.
The tree was in the middle of the car. What was left of the car?
Right.
Like, the tree cut the car in half. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Right in between the driver and the passenger.
Oh, and you said he wasn't driving?
He was the passenger.
Who was driving?
A friend of his, like a homie of his who was like showing off the car allegedly, but he had just got... The story is they had just gotten the vehicle and the tires weren't good. So he was hauling ass, going, I guess, allegedly showing off to Paul Walker, and he fucking hits a tree and die.
Wow.
Which is weird to me, like, if you think about, you know, driving cars, Hollywood. The last time that happened was James Dean. The guy who was in the car with James Dean didn't die.
Who was in the car with James Dean?
It was like his mechanic or somebody.
Okay, so the James Dean, the demon car...
Yeah.
Go. Why did you take a deep breath there? Tell me.
I just think it's kind of crazy that that James Dean would have died and the other guy didn't.
Okay, because you know the demon car. Let me see if I can pull this up. So everybody knows, like, I've seen James Dean, his movie. Ooh. Make sure I didn't. Okay, there we go. I've seen the James Dean movie. It's cool. Like, it's like cool, right? Like, he does a good job. He comes off as that rebel, you know what I mean?
Found it.
Okay, what did you find?
Rolf Wuthrich was the passenger in James Dean's Porsche when Dean died in a car crash in 1955. The German Porsche mechanic, who was badly injured but survived the crash, suffered a broken jaw, fractured hip, and body lacerations. He later died in a car crash in 1981.
Wow. Okay. Let me think here. Okay. Here's what I got on the car. Okay, wait, say that again?
Which part?
The whole thing.
All right, so Rolf
I'm like, Scooby-Doo.
Rolf Wuthrich, a German Porsche mechanic who was badly injured but survived the crash. Wuthrich suffered a broken jaw, fractured hip, and body lacerations. He died later in a car crash in 1981. So apparently their vehicle hit another car. The guy in the other car, named Donald Turnspeed, also survived the crash. James Dean was the only one who died.
Wow, okay, yeah, so that's what I was pulling up right now. Dean's driving the Porsche 511 Spider, or 550 Spider to a race in Salinas, California. At the intersection, Dean's car collided with a Ford Tudor, I don't know what that is, driven by Donald Turnipspeed. Hold up. Dean Tudor, Donald Turnipspeed? Donald Dean? Donald Turnodino Speed? Donald Trump? Was Donald Trump related to James Dean dying?
Donald Trump killed James Dean.
Whoa!
In 1955, we need a DeLorean.
And now that he is president, he's gonna kill us all in Porsches.
Come on, where are you?
Okay. I do want to finish reading about James.
There's something else I got to bring up before I forget it.
What's that?
Did you hear about the book that was written in 1899?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, about Barron.
Baron Trump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's been
His mentor is Don.
Okay. There's
Elon.
Okay. There's a
The last
there's more.
president?
There's more to that too. Okay. So hold on, real fast. The car. We're talking about James Dean. Just to wrap this up, the car's reputation as a cursed car has led to speculation. Okay. I'm trying to find here. I'm trying to find this because there's more to James Dean's car than meets the eye. The little bastard, little bastard had caused upset almost from the moment Dean bought it. A week before the fatal crash, Dean met British actor Alec Guinness in L.A. Guinness had an ominous feeling of seeing the Porsche and would later write in his diary, the sports car looked sinister to me, exhausted, hungry, feeling a little ill-tempered in spite of Dean's kindness. Please never get in it. He said never get in it. And there's a picture of it. It's totally wrecked. The picture of it.
How does anyone survive that?
I don't know, man. Despite being declared a total loss by the insurance company, the car was sold and would continue to be cause of carnage wherever or even as parts went. The little bastard, okay? And we're talking about just the car now. So the original owner, told Alec Guinness was like, please never get in it. If you get in that car, you'll be found dead in it by this time next week. That's what he's quoted as saying.
What did that guy know?
He said it looked sinister. I don't know what it looked like before. You should see if there's a before picture of the car. Okay, get the picture and send it to me, and I will do the same, and we'll put the pictures on there. So if you get the audio of this, you can see. Okay, so wow. The impact sent Ford almost 40 feet down the road, injected with a rich from the Porsche. Dean was pronounced dead at arrival at Paso Robles War Memorial Hospital at 6:20 p.m. Despite being declared a total loss by the insurance company, the car was sold on and would continue to cause carnage wherever it or its parts went. Okay, the little bastard. Dr. William Eschrick bought the Porsche from a salvage yard in Burbank and proceeded to strip it for parts. Okay, and he's talking about the Porsche. Eschrick installed the Porsche's engine into his Lotus 9 race car, then loaned the transmission and suspension parts to fellow doctor and racer Troy McHenry. Eschrick crashed the Lotus at the 1956 Pomona Sports Car Races, surviving, but McHenry wasn't as lucky. He hit a tree and was killed in the same race. And so the curse of the little bastard gained strength.
The same race?
Dean's Porsche carried on. Shortly after the crash, publicity monger, self-proclaimed king of customs George Barris bought the Spider, promising to rebuild it. When the mangled frame was found to be beyond recovery, Barris chose to capitalize on the nose's notoriety. The Porsche was loaned to the LA chapter of National Safety Council. In March, while in storage at Fresno, the car mysteriously caught fire. It suffered remarkable little damage, 2 melted tires and some singed paint. Okay. Meanwhile, Barris has sold a pair of tires from the 550, and both reportedly blew at the same time, causing the new owner to careen off the road. Other unconfirmed stories of the little bastard post-accident life. The car is said to have fallen from its display while in a show in Sacramento, breaking the hip of a bystander. The Spider also reportedly fell on and killed George Barkis, a driver who reportedly transported to a road safety expo. Finally, the Porsche is rumored to have disappeared from a sealed box car in 1961 route to Miami to LA. Some believe that Barris, ever the showman, fabricated the story as a way to keeping the car mystique alive. I thought something about somebody else, like another actor, like Steve McQueen or something, had a part of the car too, and he got into an accident.
What?
From it too, but that's what I was hoping to get, you know. I thought that was something a part of it too, but I guess I'm wrong. I don't know. But yeah, I knew there was a lot to the car though. Yeah.
That's wild.
That's what the car. Can a car be cursed?
I mean, I don't know. If you believe in that stuff, I guess.
Okay. What if there was a cursed airplane? Hear me out here.
Yeah?
Called, I don't know, something random like the Big Bastard.
Okay.
Not the little bastard, but the Big Bastard.
Yeah.
And so the Big Bastard they had all sorts of trouble with this plane. And it was
They
having,
couldn't feather the propellers.
planes don't have propellers. They have
Are you talking about jets?
Jets.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. I get where you're going with this, Artie. Okay.
I was spit onto the mic.
Okay. You ready for this?
Yeah.
So the big bastard, this cursed plane, was having engine troubles, always doing emergency landings. Maybe hit some, what do you call that? Turbulence. Somebody, like a luggage fell and somebody died. Another flight, somebody had a heart attack. They got scared. So this big bastard airplane, they finally landed and said, you know what? Let's sell this thing for scraps. And so now it goes to a plane that's on its way to land in New York. Or not New York, Washington, D.C. And some parts went to a little plane in Philadelphia.
I see what you're doing.
You see, the majority of the parts went to another plane in Alaska. I'm just saying, the legend of the big bastard causing all these other plane crashes.
James Dean killed everybody. He killed Paul Walker. He killed Robin Williams.
Okay.
We got off all the track.
Oh my God, we went down the road. We went down that path.
Like Amtrak.
We went there. Okay. Let's get back on track here.
All I know is I'm not flying American or United for a while.
Oh,
Southwest for me.
So, doggone it. So I didn't make any notes on this because we didn't really talk or anything before this.
Yeah.
So you brought up the book.
The Last President.
No, Baron Trump.
Yeah, The Last President.
Yeah, what's the book called though?
The Last President. That's the name of the book.
I'm looking at you. I thought it had a different name, not The Last President. No, it's called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. Where they go back in time. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm not ready for this. I'm not 100% ready for this.
It's called 1900 or The Last President, book by Ingersoll Lockwood.
Oh, that one I hadn't seen. You have to text me that. So there's a book called Baron Trump's Miss Marvelous Underground Journey. All right.
Yeah.
And let me think here. And it was published in 1896.
That's the one.
Okay, Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. So let me see if I can pull this up real fast. So there's a book, and it's called Baron Trump, where they go back in time. Did you happen to look at this?
I didn't go deep into it. I just read a synopsis.
I've heard a lot about this, and I'm trying to find the bulk of it. See if I can find something on this. People are really like into this. Like they're like, what is this?
It's pretty creepy.
Okay.
Can you blame them?
Let me see here. Let me see if I can find the information I need. I'm trying to pull it up real fast. So basically, no, I can't find it. I can't find what I want. So basically, the author of the The Last President, and The Last President featured a character named Baron Trump. Oh, The Last President, who lived in Castle Trump. The character's family was German ancestry. In the sequel, The Last President, a contentious elections causes unrest in New York City. So there are two books. Okay. With protests at Fifth Avenue, the fictional president appoints a cabinet member named Pence. The author describes Baron Trump as curious, arrogant, and destined for greatness. The wild theories first making waves on TikTok. One post now with millions of views highlights the eerie similarities between fiction and reality. Okay.
What?
However, in the comment section of the post, while some users said that there are striking connections between the Marvel and Donald Trump and his young son Baron and events from the president, others dismissed the theories as pure coincidence. Okay. So take this as you want. I'm not trying to sell anybody on this, but like, people see this and they're like, interesting. And that's my contention. Like, very interesting. It's fun. I mean, if when I'm an old man and this came out to be true, I would crap myself. Like I say, I mean, in this world, everything is plausible. Yeah, anything's plausible. Okay. So the two novels that fuel wild theories are Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, which was published in 1888. The Last President was published in 1896. The books feature time travel, mysterious portals, and uncanny parallels to real life according to the Sun. Okay, that's interesting. In 1888 and 1896, they're talking about time travel and portals, which is, you think that's sci-fi from the current modern era, not from 1888. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe we're selling people from 1888 short by saying like they didn't have an imagination to think of time travel. I think I would be trying to survive the Indians. I don't know. Okay.
Wasn't the Time Machine written before that?
I think maybe it was. So maybe you're right. Okay. So multiple conspiracy theories have been floating on TikTok, which TikTok's a whole nother thing. Take it with a grain of salt. Okay. And we need to talk about TikTok here in a second. Floating TikTok with some reaching new heights. A TikTok video exploring these uncanny parallels have garnered over 5.9 million views, with comments ranging from "that can't be a coincidence" to "time travel is real." Others point out pop culture uncanny knack for predicting the future, much like The Simpsons. Which the Simpsons thing is kind of crazy, right? Like what the hell? Have you seen the picture of The Simpsons plane hitting an helicopter?
No. Is that
Like-
a thing?
Like, I guess it is. Apparently, The Simpsons predict everything. So these time travel rumors related to Trump gaining attention during his presidency. Some theorists link these novels to Trump's late uncle.
Bro, I got to mention something real quick. H.G. Wells' Time Machine, written 1895.
Okay, it's right around the same time. That's interesting. Because the second book was 1896.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's where this starts. The theorists think these novels are Trump's late uncle, Uncle John G. Trump, a renowned scientist who analyzed Nikola Tesla's papers. Which
What?
Yeah, there's conspiracy theorists about Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
That he was into everything, talking to aliens, free energy, time travel, like the conspiracy theory about Tesla, that he may have caused the explosion in Siberia. Like Tunguska maybe wasn't a meteorite; it could have been Tesla. What? Yeah. So there's all these weird, really out there conspiracy theories with Tesla. Was he that brilliant? I don't know. Is it possible? Well, technology was really growing at that time. Electricity, there was all sorts of stuff coming out every day at the time. The radio and who knows what else, right? So I mean, I wasn't there, but again, completely plausible. What do I know? Okay, so Tesla, famous for his groundbreaking inventions and theories on energy and time, has become a central figure in these conspiracies, with some speculating that Trump inherited his knowledge of time travel through his uncle. So the theory goes that as soon as Tesla died, he was poor, he was decrepit, he was like this old man withering away. He didn't make his fortune. He was well known for his good experiments, but as soon as he died, the FBI went in there and took all of his papers. But somehow his uncle, John G. Trump, a renowned scientist, I thought the story said that John G. Trump was a part of the FBI that went in there and took the papers. But they took everything. So when he died, he had nothing.
Is that why he wants to dismantle the FBI and get all their documents?
I know, right? But John G. Trump was a part of that group that got his paperwork. All right? So now we have Baron Trump, the son of Donald Trump, which nothing to say about him. He's, quiet. He doesn't, you know what I mean?
He's just very tall.
Very tall. Yeah, but I mean, I was at Fabio's house and his son's tall too. I mean, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not on here to pick on people's kids, but that's what the theory is, because the book is named Baron Trump, Mysterious Journeys. Okay. Who shares the name of the novel's protagonist Is he the key to unlocking the mysteries? Could the Marvel's underground journey symbolize hidden knowledge or a secretive role of the Ford Baron? The internet seems to think so. The details of the novel have fueled wild theories on social media, with some speculating that the author of the two books had access to prophetic knowledge. Others suggest that Trump himself is a time traveler. According to The Sun, the latter theory ties back to Trump's late uncle John G. Trump, a renowned scientist who studied the papers of Nikola Tesla, a Serbian-American engineer, a futurist and inventor. While the wild theories of capturing imagination, blah, 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 blah. Whimsical fix relative to the time more so. Ever since Trump was elected as the president in 2024, more and more theories emerge on TikTok, drawing parallels to these books, which were forgotten. People on TikTok have come up with the most bizarre. Okay, so basically, the theory says is John G. got the papers, and like either Trump's father, somebody from Trump's family, went back in time, knowing that or I don't know. It's like it's weird how like it all ties back in that knowing that Trump was going to be president.
I mean, it's all strange. The fact that the Democrats didn't want a primary, it's kind of like they pushed him in there.
That was like, yeah,
big mistake.
Big mistake.
Unless you want Trump in there, which I feel like the Democrats wanted him in there.
Here, I've been really trying to understand South American politics lately, which is like.
I'd rather be a gynecologist.
Okay. So, here in the United States, if you're a Republican, you're considered a what?
You're conservative.
And if you're a liberal, you're...
Progressive.
Democrat.
Democrat, progressive, yeah. The other ones are Republican. Got you.
Do you know the difference between either anymore? Like, do you know what like being a conservative kind of means?
I mean, based on optics, yes.
But
overall, I feel like it's...
Like, what do you think the difference of them is? Like...
Values? It comes down to values.
Like, I always thought growing up, conservatives didn't want the government spending, like, all the Americans' money, didn't want to grow the government.
No
like
new taxes.
Like Ronald Reagan... And
Bush.
even going to Bush, no new taxes, not growing the government, and not really getting involved in state, not having government overreach, and growing up. And I could be wrong about this, but this is just kind of what I thought growing up. If you're a Democrat, you're a liberal, much more progressive. I didn't know what the words mean at the time, but that they were more about using the government's money to have more programs to help people. And at the time, I remember being a kid thinking like, "Oh yeah, helping people is good."
Yeah,
but using tax dollars to have more government programs to get more involved in and helping people overall, just real generic, real easy. When you go down to like Latin America, going down like from Mexico down all the way down to Argentina, you know the difference between conservative and liberal?
Communism?
No.
What?
No. Being a conservative means you believe in having a centralized state, a strong central government. And if you're a liberal, you believe in having a weak central government and having stronger state power. And they fight about that like life and death. Not about... the government spending. I mean, maybe it is about government spending money. I don't know, but it has more to do with who has the power in your country: strong president or strong states. Liberal, conservative. Versus here, it's more about size of the government, who spends money, how much money, yes, no. Do should we get involved more in foreign intervention? Yes, no. Over down south, it's like. No. We don't want all the power focused on one person in the presidency. We'd rather have stronger federal, or stronger state stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, just throwing that out there. Like, I've kind of come to understand the differatures there.
I need to take a look at that. Definitely need to consider that, just because the way politics are going, especially with
It's
Venezuela.
so complicated down south.
Guatemala.
Oh my God.
I mean, seeing how chill Costa Rica is. Costa Rica.
I'm moving to Colombia.
I'm moving to Costa Rica.
Oh.
We'll meet in the middle.
There we go.
Costa Rica has no military anymore since the 40s. Really? They got rid of the 40s, and their main focus is tourism. That's
good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Costa Rica.
Let's go.
Whoa. I support Costa Rica.
Vámonos.
I'm Mark Steele, and I support this message.
My name's Artie Dagani. I support his message.
Okay. How much time do you have? How are you doing?
I gotta roll.
You got to roll? Oh, man.
Gotta go meet this girl.
Hey, don't let me stand in the way of that.
Yeah.
God, there's like so much we haven't touched up on. Because right now going on, we have, and maybe we got to wrap around this. Maybe to be continued. We
Always to be continued. This life is
Like-
to be continued.
immigration going on right now. I just talked to a buddy of mine in immigration about immigration. Talked to a buddy of mine about immigration.
About immigration. Talk to a buddy of mine in immigration about immigration.
And those are the big things. The Trump tariffs. Like, there's a lot going on in the world. By the end of tomorrow, we'll be able to talk about the Super Bowl, which I'll give that much time to you. I don't know. Are you a big football guy?
I like football. I love football. We already did the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and the Chiefs won.
I mean, we've done the Super Bowl like 10 years ago. I don't know.
I'm going against Taylor Swift. That's all I know.
You know what? Call me crazy.
Yeah?
Call me crazy, but I think
Yeah,
I
crazy.
think we've already done the Super Bowl like every year forever.
Fuck the Eagles. Screw the Chiefs.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
All right, let's go. Yeah. Eagles crashing in the ground.
Because Mark Wahlberg, I'm an Eagles fan.
Hey, Maki Mak.
Maki Mak, do you watch that movie?
I like Maki Mak.
What movie was that? Invincible. Or no, something
I
like
haven't
that.
seen that. It's the football movie, right?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
I like that movie. I like Mark Wahlberg just because we have something in common.
I like the song that he did.
Oh, it's a good vibration. Oh. No, I feel like, because we have a lot in common.
You and I?
No, me and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah, you and your names.
I didn't even notice that part of it.
Holy
I thought it was
shit.
just our dedication to being physically active.
Does your middle
and
name
being
start with
healthy.
W?
It's on the other end. It's on the opposite end, so that's close enough.
All right, that works.
Okay, but yeah, that's
Say
why.
hi to your mother for me.
So there's a lot going on for us to follow up on. And you know what? The last time we talked about movies that we had watched. I had just watched Shogun. God, that blew my mind.
Oh, yeah, the audio that didn't pick up. So we talked about Shogun. I'd recommend Reservoir Dogs. Did you say you have Apple TV?
Yeah, I do have Apple TV.
So a movie that I worked on called In the Summers is on Apple TV. If you watch the bar scene, you might see me in the background.
Really?
I hope I made the cut.
Wait. Text me that because I'll forget.
All right, gotcha.
Text me that right now.
In the Summers on Apple TV. Available on Hulu next week.
Bam. I've fully caught up on The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, I need to watch both
Like,
of those.
You know what? I recommend all of those. I'm waiting for the new Horizon to come out. So a lot of stuff for us to call it. And you know what? You are my cultural guru. Without you, I would be lost. So
Thank you, good sir.
So we'll have to meet again. Maybe we could do another one in a week again because we have a lot to catch up on.
I'm ready. Now
But,
that the audio is working,
But
we needed to Kung Fu dub that last one.
so maybe we
You
will.
have disgraced my family.
So real quick, just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
So did John Trump go to the past, or did Trump go to the past, or did Barron Trump go to the past? Who goes to the past?
Barron Trump went to the future.
Oh.
He went back to the future. You remember Back to the Future Part 2?
I'm trying to think how that applies to us right now. I'm like, so he went forward?
Do you remember when Marty McFly went back to 1985 and everything was all messed up? And he goes and he tries to visit his mom and she has the boob job.
Oh.
And Donald Trump's all, "You're supposed to be in Switzerland, you little son of a bitch."
Oh my God! Johnny Harris just did a show on Donald Trump, which I wanted to talk about because I feel Johnny Harris is hugely liberal, and I was not a fan of his.
Johnny Harris, that Kamala's kid?
I know, right? Whoa. Blew my mind. But we can talk about that later. But like, there's a lot of stuff that's worth talking about that we can continue on.
We will not Merry Christmas.
And who knows what will come up with Doge and Trump in a week's time.
Why did they name it the same thing as the coin? That's a little weird. The
That is
Dogecoin.
weird. I mean, I get what the acronym means.
Elon's fucking trolling, bro.
Do you think that was a troll?
Yeah, I think it's a troll.
So real fast before we take off then. What's
Yeah.
your thoughts on Doge real fast? Do you think it's going in the right direction? Do you think
the
it's going
Dogecoin or their...
that government agency?
I just learned about them today, man. I'm not the one to tell.
Okay.
Have you played Mortal Kombat lately?
Oh my God, it's a woman.
It's Melania.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Dude, that's hilarious. Melania. So, a lot going on. Okay, so let's make it a point to meet in a week because we got to continue this talk. Yeah.
There's a lot going on, man.
Oh, and then they're making a Lethal Weapon 5.
Yeah, Mel Gibson's back.
And did I hear something about making another Back to the Future?
They need to leave that alone. I had an idea for Back to the Future 4. They need to leave it alone.
I thought I heard something about another Back to the Future. But yeah, Lethal Weapon 5 is supposed to be done really well. You're supposed to be in Switzerland. Oh my God, that's funny, dude. Thanks for making it, man.
Thanks for making it
You
happen.
know what?
Thanks for marking it happen.
If the audio does not come out on this, I'm gonna crap myself.
I'll blame Jeanette.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for having a drink. By the time this shows up, this will probably be February 10th. So I hope you had a good Super Bowl weekend. I hope your team won. I hope you made a lot of money on the bets. Again, have a great week. And
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Guys, I'm sure there's only guys that are watching us because women are too smart for us.
All 4 of you guys.
Yeah, all 4 of you guys, don't forget to buy your mother and your significant other flowers. I'm just throwing that out there.
Keep that girl happy.
I mean, if you're a nerd like us, whatever girl's in your life, you got to keep her there. So buy her flowers.
All of them.
That's right. Hey, you have a good day, man. Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Let's check the audio.
Oh, I know, right? I think we have
That
to
was a
give it
good
a
one.
minute.